Now entering Armbar Audio.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Armbar Audio. I'm your host, Tim Farley, and across the screen from me is my brown brother,
Sid Sriram. What's good? What's happening, everybody? And I'm glad you figured that out. You were telling me you had to figure that out this whole week.
It just came off the top of my head. I had an idea earlier in the week, and I don't remember it.
Okay.
And you know what? I don't care if people are like, oh my god, the pasty white man's calling the Indian brown. Fuck you, he's one of my best friends.
You see,
Suck my fucking cock.
What color is my skin?
Yeah, exactly.
So you just
is it
call
okay
it brown.
for everyone to call me pale, white, pasty motherfucker? Yes,
Yeah.
It's okay. People say it.
It's okay. Well,
anyway,
listen, I'm not here to please everybody, so I really don't give a shit. But whatever. By the way,
the more time goes on, the less of a fuck I give, Sid.
Dude. Yeah, I was just saying when I turned 30, I adopted that same philosophy. I'm 31 now, and I'm still rocking that shit.
I was going on a rant the other day to Drake. He has been on this show before. If you remember him, good. If you don't, whatever. I don't give a fuck. But Sid knows him well.
No love for Drake.
I was talking about just no love for people who don't remember him. Old movies. When I talked about the 2000s and the future, it was flying cars, this, that, third, Jetsons. You had teleportation, all that shit.
Yeah.
I was going on about how terrible this fucking world is, and I said, it's 2023. Why don't militaries have mechs like Gundams? Why can't I teleport? Why is there no flying cars?
Yeah.
The special future we were all promised is just a bunch of addicts who are depressed and or anxious. That is life. Rant over.
I mean, it is.
Yeah. You know what that is? Sid?
Sounds familiar.
Luke Harper, a.k.a. Brody Lee.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He could go like this.
Yeah. I remember Bray Wyatt.
There you go.
I remember when Bray Wyatt was the Fiend, like his last WrestleMania match, he did the yeah, and it actually sounded like he was about to tear up. So that was fun. By the way, you like the shirt? Yeah.
It, like I always say, it would have been better if it was the pens, but yes, I do.
Okay. By the way, I think I have to. This may be another thing, but I actually found Kroger brand ginger ale the other day, and I've started drinking that now these days. And it's a zero sugar one. I know, cause I don't know. I thought you liked ginger ale. That's why I thought you'd appreciate that.
I do, but we don't have Kroger's.
Oh, that's right. You have Giant Eagle, right?
Yeah, Giant Eagle and Kroger have like some kind of backdoor deal where Giant Eagle's like, you can't come into Pittsburgh.
We don't like your kind around here.
No, but like they have the same union or something. So like,
oh, okay, interesting.
They have like a territorial deal type
That's
thing.
So weird.
I don't know.
That is weird. That's crazy.
Yeah, I just wish Kroger would Louisiana purchase those bitches.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even know what I'm talking about. That's a history reference that I don't even understand right now.
Yeah,
I just know I was taught it in 5th grade or something.
Yeah, Armbar history coming soon. We're gonna talk about history. I mean,
history of the armbar.
Yeah, armbar history.
Armbar.
We can offshoot this armbar comics, armbar history, armbar politics, armbar everything, man. That's what we're gonna do.
Oh, don't get me into politics because
no, let's not do that.
Half the people hate me, half the people love me. The ones that hate me, what's the lyrics? Ja Rule. Half y'all hate me, the other half love me. The ones that hate me only hate me because they can't fuck me, or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's probably why you can't fuck Tim, man. Don't be jealous. You can't fuck Tim.
I know.
I saw a post on Twitter the other day that said, "Describe
only
your."
if you love me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, me too. Just save some for me, you know. Anyway, but no, I remember one time I saw a post on Twitter. It said, "Describe your political views using 3 words." I literally wrote, "Who fucking cares?" That's my political views.
And that's the truth, because here's the thing. Everybody lives in their own echo chambers. No one wants to work together to make things better.
Yeah.
They all just want to stay divided. So fuck it.
Yep. In the words
Anyway, my favorite way to escape reality, Sid, is to watch wrestling.
Wow. I thought it was something else, but okay. That's good. Wrestling's good too.
That's only when I'm lonely.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, you watch Letterkenny when you're lonely?
Yeah.
Yeah. Arrested Development, all that shit, all the Canadian comedies. All right. Anyway, I don't fucking know, dude. I don't watch that shit.
Trailer Park Boys.
I don't.
Yeah, because you're lame.
Oh, fuck you too.
You would love all that shit. Like, I don't know why.
Really?
Why you have. So, yeah, I think you just. You know, you heard me and John and Drake talk about it, and you're like, oh, I'm the man on the outside, so I'm just going to stay the man on the outside. Fuck these guys. Fuck these honkies.
I never said that. You said that. So that's on you.
Yeah, but I see your face. The whole world can see your face! Any fucking way.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are we talking about first? New Japan?
Yeah, let's talk about New Japan. I'll let you talk. I'm going to crack open my ginger ale, and I'll let you run your mouth a little bit.
You got the blocks up? You got the blocks up and all that?
Oh, hold on. Let me pull it up on my phone.
No, I mean on the screen. Do you have it on the screen?
No, I don't have it on the screen. I just have, like, our match, our graphic.
Wonderful. Anyways, fuck. A block. Sonata is undefeated. He has to go through Gabe Kidd and Chase Owens. He will beat Gabe Kidd. He will probably beat Chase Owens and go undefeated, but Gato's a prick. So it's really possible Chase Owens beats him. Just because Chase has had some weird upset wins over people who mattered in G1s before. But I really don't like that, because then Chase Owens would get a title match, so maybe they draw. Or maybe Sonata just goes undefeated. To get into the second spot, I talked about this with our friend Addison last night. I figured out that Kiyomiya goes in because there's going to be draws and losses all over the bottom of the board. I don't see Hikuleo beating Kiyomiya. With Shota, I think he either draws or loses. Shota is probably going to draw with Tsuji. There's a lot. Everybody, like the Three Musketeers and Gabe Kidd, Chase Owens, there's a lot of guys, even Hikuleo, there's a lot of guys gunning for that second position. I still think Kiyomiya gets in on second. So that would change my bracket, because back when it started, we did the brackets. And in second place for A, I had Tsuji, but I have to change that to Kiyomiya. Speaking of, Sonata wrestled Kaito Kiyomiya.
Okay.
2 students of the Great Muta. Fantastic match. In this G1, there's a 20-minute time limit, which is new. And Sonata beat him with 2 seconds left, meaning he pinned him at the 5-second mark.
Jesus.
Fantastic match.
So
Sonata is fantastic. The Japanese fans love him. American fans
should love him.
I think a lot like him, but they're not completely sold yet. But what does he have to do to sell you? I mean, he's got the look, he's got the moves, he's talking. for once.
I don't know. I mean, you saw a glimpse of it at Forbidden Door of what he can do. I mean, albeit Jungle Boy, whatever. Not that it was a bad match, but still, like, you had got a glimpse of what he could do. So, if you want to see more, you can watch the G1. But okay, quick question. So, you said the 20-minute time limit is new to G1. What was usually the time limit, or what would they usually do? Or did they even have time limits?
That's what went on forever. No, they did because there was draw as possible.
Okay.
But it wasn't as short. It wasn't as short.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, you're looking at A block right now.
Let me look. I was just so mesmerized with you talking, so I just forgot to do.
All right, then I'll continue to talk.
Yeah, keep talking. I'm just gonna while I pull that shit up.
B block, Okada and Ospreay are in the lead with Tai Chi right behind them. To get Tai Chi I had Tai Chi as the winner of B block. Most likely going to be Okada. I think that Ospreay will lose to El Phantasmo on the last night, and that would place Tai Chi in second spot. Now, let's go to C. C block. We got Tama Tonga, David Finlay, and Evil all at the top spot. Tama Tonga has beat Finlay. Finlay has beat Evil. Evil has beaten Tama Tonga. So right there, it's going to come down to tiebreakers and bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine the winner of C block would be not Shingo Takagi, but Finlay.
Yeah. It's okay, Tim. You can cry. It's okay.
And the second place of C will probably be fucking Evil. Because they really want... they're really pushing Bullet Club House of Torture bullshit. Like, everyone thought after the Evil and Finlay match, Finlay was going to, or Evil was going to defect. And nothing has happened, and it's really... It was the worst night of the G1, and it was a subpar match, and everything that came out of it didn't fucking matter. So if we go to D block, Jeff Cobb is leading with 8 points, and he has yet to face Shane Haste, who is at 4 points. Yano, who is at 4 points. And Goto, who is at, you guessed it, 4 points.
So it's still anyone's game.
Jeff Cobb is going to win probably all those matches except Yano, if any. So that would leave him with 4 points. 12 points. Second place is Zack Sabre Jr. He has to face stablemate Shane Haste. Wins that, goes to 8 points. Naito, draw, goes to 9 points. Or maybe he loses, I don't know. Goto wins that. So he's definitely getting 10 points. I don't know if he gets more than that. Naito is at 4 points. He has to face Coughlin. He'll go to 6. Sabre, I don't know. And Tanahashi. I think he beats Tanahashi, so he'll go to 8. It all depends. Whoever gets in second will either be Zack or Naito, and it'll all depend on each one beating each other. So the winner of D block is not Naito, it's Cobb. I'm changing this on the fly. And the second place, I'm gonna go with Naito. Just because I'm hopeful. So then my bracket would be Sonata versus Evil, then Okada versus Naito, Finley versus Tai Chi, Cobb versus Kiyomiya.
Nice.
I would have Cobb, then Finley, then Naito, then Sonata. Then I would have Naito and let's see. Naito lost to Cobb in the G1, so I would have Cobb. He'll probably make Finley win, and then Naito beats Finley. I don't know, but the G1 is so hard to predict every year.
Yeah, and that's
because
what,
Gaeta.
and I guess that's what makes it so interesting, isn't it?
It's exciting.
It's
It
exciting.
is. And
Makes it
honestly,
so exciting.
in the past, for the past however many years, I've kept my eyes on it. I went to Cage Match and watched like the best matches of each night. But this year, I've honestly kept up pretty good. I'm very impressed by A Block, like the Three Musketeers and Gabe Kidd and Kiyomiya are really showing out. I like Gabe Kidd a lot. I like Ren Narita a lot. Suji ran his mouth the most, and he's paying for it now, which is hilarious to me. And Shota Umino's a star. B Block has been really interesting because a guy that I really don't care much for, Yoshihashi, is once again getting me excited for his matches. I don't know what it is, but G1, when the G1 comes around, the Yoshihashi character and story just gets good. And then afterwards, he goes back to being tag team guy. Kenta versus Ospreay was fantastic because Kenta wrestled like he was 10 years younger. It was like he was back in Noah. Tama Loa been doing all right. It's been nice to see Phantasmo's change. D Block, yeah, Jeff Cobb. Who would have thought Jeff Cobb would be leading the block right now? But it's not hard to think, but it just goes to show that there is a big youth movement in New Japan right now. And C Block as well. I mean, David Finley finding his new role as Bullet Club leader. Mikey Nichols, a guy that doesn't have the most charisma. It doesn't look flashy.
Yeah.
Has been a veteran. Is really showing out in a block where you got to be an ass kicker to be in this block. And Eddie Kingston's matches have been great, except the one with Evil, because it was an Evil match. I don't care what anyone says. House of Fortress still sucks. Evil matches are still unwatchable. I don't give a fuck. If I wanted to watch that kind of garbage, I would watch WWE. It's a WWE act.
Hey-o!
I don't want to see it in New Japan.
Win. Mic drop. No, you should have done it like you should have done it like
everyone. Sid has nothing to say because Sid didn't watch anything. Because Sid's a busy guy, and I made him watch something else.
You did. Now, before I get into that, you should have said it like this. You should have said it like how Devitt said it in the conference. You should have been like, "I don't give a fuck." That's the you know what? That's the Devitt I want back in I don't get. They have to do some version of it in WWE. I mean, the Judgment Day stuff is cool, but I don't know.
Yeah, but he's kind of saying shit like that against Rollins. I think. Rollins,
it's
whatever you want me to say. You guys always made fun of me.
That's. I mean, it's
You
just.
want me to say Raw? Is it Raw?
It is Rollins, but say it however the fuck you want. It doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure Seth doesn't watch this, and he's not gonna get mad. So say it however you want.
What if I just call him Colby Lopez? Can I just do that?
Yeah, or Tyler Black if you want to call him that.
Fuck that. I like the Colby Lopez because it sounds hysterical.
Imagine if he did come to AEW and he went by that name. That would be interesting.
Well, it sounds so weird because Lopez is so Latin, and then Colby.
Colby.
Like,
Oh my god.
what?
Like that yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, he got it. I know he got his name from Henry Rollins, and he kind of looks like him. I was like, oh, that. I mean, I don't know. A little bit. A little.
You obviously don't know who he is. Do you even know who Henry Rollins is?
I saw him on Hot Ones once, and
He looks nothing like him.
yeah, he
Nothing
he
like-
reminds me. He reminds me of him. He doesn't look like him, but he just reminds me of him. A little bit.
No.
I don't know.
You're way off. You're. I'm sorry, everyone. Sid took 2 tabs of LSD
Yeah.
before we started this.
Yeah. No, it's the
It's amazing.
it's the
we can even
ginger ale.
keep a
It's the
conversation.
ginger ale. Something's in the ginger ale. Anyway, guess what I did this week? For once, I actually watched Impact. This is these two motherfuckers. These two motherfuckers always would shit on me. Oh, Sid doesn't like Impact because he's a WWE mark. Even though I haven't watched WWE in like 3 years. No, probably more than
It's
that.
a good show that runs in Texas every so often. Why don't you watch it? That was the point.
I mean, it's weird. I can watch whatever. I can watch AEW. I could watch ROH. I could even watch New Japan. But for some reason, oh, you don't watch Impact. Like, bitch, what? I'm watching all this shit. I'm watching all this shit, and then you can't. That's not enough for you. Anyway.
It's never enough.
Yeah.
Nothing's enough. I will never be satiated.
Yeah. I mean, we all know how you would be satiated, but I don't want to say it here. Anyway. Yeah, so Impact, I watched it. I did enjoy it. It was a good show. I thought, I did feel like there was a lot of, like, in the beginning, there was a lot of, like, comical shit going on. I love Dirty Dango, man. Like, Fandango coming into Impact as a heel with John E. Bravo as his security guard. That shit was funny. It really did remind me of, like, the Fashion Police segments that they used to do in NXT and in WWE and SmackDown, both him and Tyler Breeze. I really want Tyler.
He was, like, really serious.
Yeah, he was.
And that's what I like about it.
I
you
liked
know?
it. Yeah, it was like really serious and like, and that's the great thing about Fandango Dirty Dango now, and I just always loved it. Like, I love that his character is that he takes himself too seriously. That's what I love about it. I kind of really hope that Tyler Breeze fucks off and comes over to Impact and joins up with his bro, and they do some version of like the Fashion Police, like what they used to do. I was half expecting when they showed the whole clip of the Johnny Bravo revealing himself, I half expected that to be Tyler Breeze. I really did. That would have been amazing, but it is what it is.
It would have.
It would have been cool. I did like the loser leaves town match between Johnny Swinger and Zicky Dice. That was fun. That was a fun match. It's just good stuff all around. Like,
I wish you would have seen more of them before you saw this match, because it would have been even funnier. Because Johnny Swinger is just insane and hilarious. But
yeah,
continue, my friend.
Yeah, Johnny Swinger won, so Zicky Dice leaving Impact. So we'll see where he goes from there. I don't know, maybe.
And I think it got. I think what they said was that Swinger gets a title shot now.
That's
because he
interesting.
finally got a win.
That's interesting. I don't know.
which is hysterical.
It is hysterical because like you got like everybody in their mom in the title picture now. It seems, it looks pretty stacked.
Something like that.
Looks pretty stacked. I'll give you that. All kinds of people. Freaking Leo Rush is in there, who's by the way the X Division champion. He tried to exercise option C, but
He wants to.
he wants to exercise option C, but Kushida has that giant X saying, "No, I want your title. I want to face you for the title." That would be an amazing. That's going to be a great match. I'm actually looking forward to that. I really wish they did it in NXT, but nope. But whatever. Yeah.
Well, multiverse of matches. We're getting Hiromu and Mike Bailey against Leo Rush and Trey Miguel.
That's going to be good.
That should be interesting.
That should be good.
Yeah.
Mike Bailey had a match today against Zachary Wentz.
Today.
No, this past week against Zachary Wentz. It's the ginger ale. It's the ginger ale, man. Yeah, that was a good one. I loved that match. I have liked Mike Bailey. By the way, he liked one of my tweets. In case I think I mentioned it, but that was awesome. And that's not the only reason I like Mike. That's not the only reason that I liked it, though. Okay, it was actually a damn good match, and I have watched Mike Bailey before, but this was really cool seeing him on some semblance of national television. Another person that really impressed me, Masha Slamovich. Dude, she is fucking awesome. I love her.
I've been telling you that for over a year.
Okay, can you at least just let me say that it's awesome and not vilify me for my past decisions, please? Can that happen for 5 seconds? Jesus Christ. This month, he's finally just, yeah.
Fuck you!
Yes, I know. But no, I think she's amazing. I like her very much, and the MK Ultra is a really interesting tag team, and they are the current women's tag champions. So that was cool. Although she lost to Giselle Shaw, but whatever. I still think just Masha Slamovich. Yeah.
That sets up Giselle and Savannah going against Kelly and Masha. So I'll take the goofy loss.
Yeah.
Even though the match was very good.
Yeah, and then the shitty, the heel person on the distracts the ref and roll up pin. I didn't care for that much, but whatever. I mean, yeah, the match was great, but yeah, finish could have been a little better. I don't even care that Giselle Shaw won. I just wish it was a little bit cleaner. But hey, no biggie. But yeah, that's something that I liked. Of course, they did have. I feel like they hyped up the main event as Nick Aldis versus Eric Young and Eric Young's first singles match back. I'll tell you this, Nick Aldis, with any Nick Aldis match I've seen, there's always some sort of, he's one of the greatest in-ring storytellers I've seen. That's just my opinion. Whether he was doing that match with Cody Rhodes for the NWA title, whatever matches I've seen of him in NWA as well, NWA Power when they were actually good, and even now here, he's always been able to tell the story in the ring, which is something that I can always appreciate about somebody, and that's something especially Nick Aldis and Eric Young. He looks happy. He looks like he looks at home. He's home, and. It's like he never left, and that was awesome.
But he got a very warm welcome from his former stablemates, Diener and Khan.
Oh yeah,
they whooped his ass to end the show.
So that's the feud going forward. So we'll see what happens as the weeks progress.
So, but the biggest thing that you told me that you thought from Impact was a storyline between good guys and bad guys.
Yeah, so we had Leo Rush being approached by I kept wanting to say Bubba Ray, but Bully Ray. And
you could be like Santino Marella and say Bobby Ray, which the first time he said that I almost pissed my pants.
Bobby Ray. Yeah. That would have been funny. But no.
because Bully Ray takes himself so seriously.
Yes.
It's just like, you watch here, Bully Ray. And I was
That's
just like,
done. Yeah, I'm done. That's awesome. And yeah, by the way, Santino Marella. Who'da thunk you would see Santino Marella wrestling in 2023? Like, I know he's doing more admin stuff, but he's also wrestling. So that's pretty crazy. Because like, I saw like a while back there was like some documentary that WWE did where they said that something had calcified in his neck and that forced him to retire. And he actually had a wrestling school. He has a wrestling school. So I mean, yeah,
Marella Brothers,
yeah,
or Santino Brothers, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, so he's good, man. He's good. Anyway,
You know who graduated from there?
who?
Brody King.
Damn, nice. I did not know that. The more you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that one was there. They basically, yeah. So because Bully Ray and Moose and Brian Myers are having some sort of alliance, and they're trying to recruit Leo Rush. Then we had the tag match between the Time Splitters and the aforementioned tag team of Brian Myers and Moose or Deuce or Douche or whatever you want to do. It was a decent match, but of course the story came with Leo Rush aligning himself with the bad guys, which I don't know. I've always wanted to see Leo Rush kind of more of a tweener. I've never seen that from him. I've either seen him as a full-fledged face or I've seen him as a full-fledged heel or a really douchey baby face. Which,
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
If you are 5 foot nothing,
That's what I am. I'm 5 foot nothing.
180 pounds soaking wet, and you got Bully Ray, Moose, and Brian Myers saying, if you're not with us, you're against us. What do you do?
Fair. I mean, I am kind of close to that. I'm 5'7" and I'm 190, so I guess maybe. Or I just figure out.
I mean, I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing how big he is. I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, but no, I see your point, but I don't know. It would have been interesting to see that. But then again, he does want Alex Shelley's title, so I can also see why he would have done that. And then I forgot who came out to save Shelley and Kushida, but that was cool too. So it looks like we're getting a
Shelley, Kushida, and Sabin are Time Machine and Jason Alexander. Jason Alexander came back at Slammiversary and wants the title back. Shelley wants to face Alexander to prove that he can be the actual champion. Then enter Leo Rush, who says, I can exercise option C. Kushida says, I won the Ultimate X match and I want the match with you for that title, so do not do it. And Chris Sabin comes back and basically says he wants his X Division title back. Where Bully Ray, Moose, and Brian Myers are in this story, I haven't watched Impact Weekly in a while. Sid, this is your first time, so
what?
I don't know. But Bully Ray is always the main antagonist, or tries to be. So I'm sure, he's just an asshole. Speaking of Bully Ray being an asshole, he recently told some outlet that if AEW wants to do 1 million views, they should bring in himself or Tommy Dreamer to face Jack Perry.
Okay.
Because on AEW Dynamite, we saw Jack Perry come out with an I Beat Hook shirt on, basically wearing exactly what Taz or Hook would wear, and saying that no one gave a shit about the FTW title, but they're going to now that he has it, and it was made in a shitty company for shitty people like you, and he even addressed Taz.
Yeah.
And Jerry Lynn came down and basically, I don't know if they're fighting next week or what, but Bully Ray was basically saying, like, if you have that match in Philly or New York or whatever, and you don't have Jerry Lynn do it, or you build up to it, like, let's say Jungle Boy or Jack Perry beats Jerry Lynn, you have, and he actually said Dreamer would be the best choice because Dreamer was the best man at Taz's wedding, and they're like actual, like really, really close. And Tommy Dreamer has always been called the heart and soul of ECW.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I mean, shit.
I think that's actually a good idea.
That's a good idea. Yeah. I'd love to see that actually. Now.
But,
well, not love it, but that would be fine. You know.
Yeah. Jack Perry. So the age of social media has given us constant criticism. People are constantly criticizing.
Yeah.
Jack Perry is wrestled on the indies for like 3 years max, maybe, I think, and then got on national television. And everyone wants to critique this heel persona that has only existed for about
2
month
weeks
and a half, something like that.
Yeah, like 2 weeks, I would say. Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, it feels forced," and blah blah blah. Man, why don't you allow the story to go on? Why don't you allow this young man to develop? You know, AEW doesn't have a performance center. They're not the juggernaut that WWE is.
Yet.
It's just ridiculous to me how a lot of fans just automatically shit on things. And speaking of automatically shitting on things, Wednesday night I watched some of AEW, but I watched the whole episode yesterday, the things that I missed. Now, of course, I wake up on Thursday, I check X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it.
It's still Twitter on my
Taya
phone.
Valkyrie is made a post about how everyone was talking bad about her, you know, body shaming her, saying she was not good anymore.
Yeah, she looks like a man.
And I see all this stuff about the Britt and Taya match. So I go and I watch the match. Okay, the first road to Valhalla was botched, and Taya made up for it by mounting Britt and raining down MMA strikes. I thought, good. Then she kind of did a weak looking lariat, but the match itself, other than those two spots, the match itself was good. And like there's after the match, the cameraman cut to a sign in the crowd that said, "Book the women's division better." Then we had Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame Lufisto say that it might not be booking. It might be backstage politics. It might be women getting in women's way and this and that. Then we had Sheeta beat Nyla Rose on Rampage, and she will be facing Toni Storm for the title on Dynamite.
Good.
Sid, what do you think about the women's division in AEW?
Right now, the women's division, I feel like they have a lot more bodies there than when they first started. But I feel like it still feels, for me, and it's just me, still feels a little bit paper thin to me. It doesn't feel as stacked. Like the women's title picture should be stacked, you know? Like everybody should be wanting the AEW women's title or the TBS title. Just doesn't, for me, I don't see that from any of these women. They're just happy to be there. Except for the champions who actually want to fucking, you know, be the, you know, have the championships. But that's just how I feel.
AEW Dynamite is a 2-hour show, right? WWE SmackDown is a 2-hour show. I'm looking at
even their division
SmackDown review from last night. I'm going to mention every time a woman had a match or had a major feature? Let's see. Bianca Belair is ready to win her title back, but Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville interrupt to make fun of her for not having a title anymore. Okay. Hit Row comes out and mocks fans. That has
Brandy something.
something like that.
Not Brandy Rhodes. The some other chick named Brandy.
Right. Or B something or something.
B Fab. Yeah.
B Fab. Then we have Bianca Belair and Charlotte versus Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. This was given 10 minutes and 25 seconds. Io Sky asks Bayley why she left so fast last week. Bayley says something about wanting to leave quickly before finding a note from Shotzi in her bag. They rush to leave, but Asuka comes in and promises to retain at SummerSlam. So, okay, you got the Bianca stuff, you got the Chelsea Green stuff, you got the Io Sky and Bayley stuff with Shotzi and Asuka. You got Charlotte somewhere in there. So right there, you already have like 5 or 6 women who are being featured prominently on a 2-hour show. If you look at Dynamite this past week, you had Anna Jay and Tay Mello as part of the JAS, as a part of the whole crew, say something to Jericho. You had the match between Ty and Britt, and nothing else. Nothing. You have Toni Storm, Saraya, and Ruby watching Sheeta and Nyla Rose. Other than that, nothing on Rampage, which is an hour. So your 3 hours with women meant less than 2 hours for WWE's. People are saying it's not booking, it's the wrestlers, they're saying this, saying that. Bull fucking shit. Tony Khan gives women their most opportunities, formerly on the dark shows, and now
ROH.
On ROH.
Yeah, because the ROH women's division looks good.
You get about 2 or 3 matches a week that are women's matches on there. And they're always building something.
Yeah, and they're always good.
And I don't know what it is. I don't know if Tony Khan doesn't see money in it right now over the other things that he's pushing. I don't know if it's backstage politics. I don't know if it's just Tony Khan doesn't know how to book a women's division with the time that he has. But you have 5 hours. You have 5 hours of television time now.
Yeah.
Including Collision. Speaking of Collision, have we even seen women on Collision yet?
I don't think so.
I don't think
except
so
on
either.
Except on the beginning intro thing.
I mean,
apparently Thunder Rosa is supposed to be a prominent. They're going to build like a division around her, but I haven't heard anything.
I mean, didn't they have an Owen Hart match there? Big deal.
Yeah.
Like there's, in my opinion, it's not the wrestlers because, Anna Jay, Julia Hart, let's see, Red Velvet, Jade Cargill, who else can I say as an AEW original? Those girls, Willow, those girls all are promising. They could be something. Then you have Chris Statlander, who made her name on the Indies, and if she remains uninjured, is great. Marina Shafir has a very bright future if they do the right things. The talent is there. The Outcasts could be way more than what they are.
Yeah.
And if Saraya can't wrestle anymore, please just tell us that. I really don't understand what's going on there. But I I hate to wake up to see keyboard warriors just saying the worst things about people, and Taya Valkyrie didn't deserve that. And if you actually re-watch the match and you go past those two spots, it was a good match.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, Tony Khan needs to do better with the women. I don't think it's the women's fault.
Yeah.
What do you think about this Blackpool Combat Club best friends kind of bullshit? Best friends and Death Triangle. Because here's the thing. Here's what I don't understand. We watched Death Before Dishonor, right?
Yeah.
And you had Claudio against Pac because Pac left the match at Blood and Guts. Claudio, afterwards, they beat down Pac. Lucha Brothers come out. Best Friends come out. Then Orange Cassidy comes out. Okay. Orange Cassidy gets beat down by Moxley at the beginning of Dynamite. Pac has a match with Gravity, which, by the way,
It was good. That was awesome.
it was good, but I could have dealt. We all know that Neville was the man that Gravity forgot. And one mention from commentary is fine. In the beginning, where Pac was saying, like, look at me, like, don't you remember who I am? That's funny. But, like, they ran that shit into the ground the entire match.
Yeah, he kept on saying, forget me not, forget me not.
I actually have dual thoughts on that. I think it should be a gimmick going forward. If it's not a gimmick going forward and he's only saying that because the guy's name is Gravity, it's lame as fuck. But if it becomes a little part of his gimmick going forward, I'm with it.
Yeah.
But the perplexing thing to me is you have the main event match, and then you have Orange Cassidy come down, and you have like every member of BCC, every member of Best Friends,
and Death Triangle.
But
no Death Triangle.
No Pac. Pac didn't come out, and that was confusing to me. I didn't understand that. And is Jon Moxley gonna go after the international title?
Like, okay, I wouldn't mind that, but why? I mean,
why am I saying that?
No, why would he even want to do that? You know,
I don't know, but he cut a promo that was like, Clint Eastwood wanna be denim wearing ass, gonna attack my friends while I'm not even in the building, which was a reference to Death Before Dishonor.
Yeah.
So he comes out after Orange Cassidy and AR.
I mean, I guess I could see that.
The last image we got on Dynamite was OC spearing Moxley into the barricade, but Moxley putting on a guillotine and just like, you know, it looks like they're pushing forward a feud.
Like, I don't mind it. It's just kind of feels like out of left field, so to speak.
Very.
I guess in a way, you know, Moxley can be like, "Oh, you attacked my friend, so I'm gonna take your international title from you," because you know that's the biggest fuck you to Orange Cassidy, I guess, at this point. Which I see that, but also, like I said, why? You know, Jon Moxley's a former AEW World Champion. I would not mind seeing him versus MJF again at some point. That's where he personally should be. Speaking of MJF, the segment between...
Fantastic promo.
That was a great promo between Adam Cole and Max, and I love that Roderick Strong is like trying to be like the good friend, trying to be the voice of reason, but Cole is like just blinded by the allure of the devil, you know? He sold his soul to the devil. He sold his soul to the goddamn devil.
Hold on. Now, I know you're Hindu, you're not Christian or Jewish.
Right?
The devil is the greatest trickster. He's
Yes.
and I like to
I know.
remember
That I know.
MJF not wanting to wrestle Adam Cole twice. And Adam Cole got him to do what he wanted to by tricking him, by getting everyone to call him a coward. As smart and conniving and clever as MJF is, I think Adam Cole is just a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be MJF turning on Cole.
It's gonna be vice
Honestly,
versa.
I don't think we see it yet.
No.
I think Adam Cole and MJF are winning the titles tonight. And another reason why I think that, number one, they're getting great praise, and people don't want it to end. Second off, on Rampage, they had a tag team battle royal for whoever wins this match and is the champions to go against. And it was Brian Cage and Big Bill. And who has history with Brian Cage and Big Bill? MJF and Adam Cole. But I do want to mention that MJF doing the impersonation of Dax and then saying, I'm going to smack you so hard that you're going to have no choice but to spit out CM Punk's jockstrap.
That was great.
Now, look, I'm wearing this,
Yeah.
but hilarious. I loved it. Speaking of, I think we talked everything we need to talk about on Dynamite.
Yeah.
Let's bring it down to tonight's AEW Collision.
Oh,
Do
what
a little
about
prediction.
you want to do ROH first, or you don't want to talk about?
Well, I mean, you go ahead. I didn't watch.
Yeah, I really ROH has been every time I watch ROH, I am impressed. And Tim, I have a confession to make. I think because Dynamite was like my primary wrestling that I watch pretty much every week, I think it's gonna become ROH very soon if they keep going this way. What?
Go ahead.
If they keep going this way, I'm gonna have to slowly transition from an AEW to an ROH guy, because they are just. I feel it's a lot more focused. It's a lot more streamlined. I feel like that everything is just kind of going like clockwork. There's no fucking around. This is a good solid show, and it's like because AEW these days, like AEW in 2019, it reminds me of AEW from 2019 mixed with NXT Black and Gold from like the 2016-2018 era. That's what Ring of Honor right now is reminding me of, as far as like the mentality, the mindset of the show.
Well, that'll give you a boner, if anything.
I had to. No wonder, man. No wonder. Anyway, loved the. I loved, the fact that they're doing an eliminator thing for the ROH TV title to see who faces off against Samoa Joe.
Speaking of ROH, on the 200th episode of Dynamite, or whatever they're calling it,
Yeah.
not only are we getting Toni Storm versus Hikaru Shida for the women's title, we're getting Aussie Open defending the ROH tag team titles against El Hijo del Vikingo and Commander.
Oh, bro. That will. I don't know if you saw my comment on your post on Twitter, but yeah, that'll give Jim Cornette nightmares, and I'm all here for it. So yeah.
But go ahead, tell me about ROH.
Yeah, ROH. I loved
Eliminator
Eliminator
for
was
Samoa Joe.
Yeah, Eliminator for Samoa Joe. I believe the people who won now are Brian Cage, Dalton Castle. Dalton Castle beat. Brian Cage beat some. I forgot who Brian Cage beat, but I know Tony Nese beat Cheeseburger. That was, I think, the one that really.
World famous CP.
Yeah, he beat CB. He beat Cheeseburger, and it was really cool because he like spun it. The way Tony Nese like cut the promo, he like spun it. He's like, "Yeah, of course, you fat people would love to hear the word cheeseburger," and because because for those who don't know, Tony Nese has said this before, but this is for real. Tony Nese is an actual personal trainer. Like, you can legit go and register for a workout program with him if you want. I love the fact that he's bringing that into ROH, into wrestling, and instead of like kind of being someone who's like actually wants to like help you get in shape and lose weight or whatever, he's making it like super douchey and all about himself, and I'm here for it. Yeah, that was great.
Me too. I love his gimmick.
Yeah, I did like the fact that we are next week.
So wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
I'm gonna bounce around a little bit though.
Brian Cage, Tony Nese, Dalton Castle,
and I forgot the other guy. I gotta look that up. But let me. Shane
Taylor.
Yes, Shane Taylor. My God, how could I have forgotten? I'm so sorry. Yes, Shane Taylor. I think I'm going for Shane. Pull it for Shane on this one. Because I want to see Shane Taylor versus Samoa Joe.
I want to see that too, but Dalton Castle deserves comeuppance.
He does.
Had that match before Dishonor.
Yeah.
And Samoa Joe and Stokely Hathaway fucked him.
They did. But I don't know, man. I like Samoa Joe a lot. But I love his relationship with Stokely Hathaway. It's great. It's
Speaking of,
yeah.
Twisted Metal just dropped on Peacock.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, Samoa Joe is playing the body of Sweet Tooth. That's Samoa Joe. For those who don't know, I kind of wish he gave the voice of Sweet Tooth as well, but whatever.
I agree.
He should have done it. He would have been great, but it's okay. But my God, what else was I gonna say? Nothing else except the fact that fucking Josh Woods versus Shibata next week for the Pure title. That's going to be good. And personally, I feel like the Pure division is slowly becoming like my favorite thing about Ring of Honor, because all the Pure matches I've seen, none of the Pure matches I think have gone longer than like 15 minutes. But here's the thing. They're able to pack so much into that 15 minutes, but you don't feel overwhelmed. You're like enjoying every single minute of it. It's so awesome. I fucking love it. Yeah, so excited.
Before ROH went belly up and they came back during the pandemic, they brought back the Pure division, and it was John and I's favorite part of Ring of Honor at the time. And I will say it's probably my favorite part of Ring of Honor right now.
Yep.
I'm glad that Josh Woods is getting that opportunity because he is an Armbar Audio alumni. And
yes, that's right. I remember that.
Because he is a great Pure wrestler. I mean, he was a wrestler in college. He was I think he was like, he did very well. I can't tell you exactly what he did. I think he was a champ.
Okay, well, now in that case, now I think we just got to get Shibata now for an interview now. It only makes sense. We got Josh Woods.
Jesus Christ.
Now we got to get Shibata. Yeah, so...
I would shit myself. I would literally shit myself. I would be sitting here just...
wearing diapers?
Back and forth. Yeah. Get me some adult Depends. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, tonight, AEW Collision. We have Mercedes Martinez versus Kiera Hogan. So, they're putting women on the show. Samoa Joe versus Gravity.
Okay.
Samoa Joe's gonna... Who? Mercedes?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Sorry.
She's been ROH AEW for a long time. It's just like she rarely wrestles. She had that feud with Serena Deeb.
Okay.
I don't know.
The last time I saw her wrestle was in last year at Final Battle. So
yeah.
So it's been a while. Anyway, continue. Samoa Joe versus Gravity. That looks good. That sounds good.
We'll hear from CM Punk. Wonder what he'll have to say.
Something, counterfeit bucks, something, fuck Kenny Omega.
No. Okay, they're trying
Oh,
to make Ricky Starks. It feels like they're trying to make Ricky Starks heel and Punk veteran good guy, and it's not going over how they want. And I love it. Make them both tweeners. I don't care. I think I like it when everything's not just black and white. The CM Punk Ricky Starks feud, I assume, will continue. With that, we have Vikingo, Action Andretti, and Darius Martin taking on Juice Robinson and the Guns, which will be very exciting. Andrade's mask ladder match: Andrade El Idolo versus Buddy Matthews. Andrade gets his mask back because Roosh backs him up with Preston Vance.
Yep.
Because I think Tralistico is in Japan right now with Noah. And hopefully that leads to a trios championship match.
Dude,
and LFI take it. Because here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Buddy Matthews, Brody King, and Malachi Black are fantastic.
They are.
You could easily have Brody and Buddy be tag teams, or put Brody, or have them all three singles. Malachi Black deserves another singles up.
I agree.
In my opinion,
his last singles title wasn't that in WWE, and wasn't that the NXT Championship, like ever.
Probably. I mean, his run against Cody was good and shit. But
it was fine. But
I love the trios titles being on House of Black.
Yeah.
But I think it's time we start to pivot and give Malachi Black another singles run, maybe even Brody, or put Brody and Buddy in the tag team scene.
Dude, I agree.
Los Faction Ingobernables, the trios
titles, yeah.
Why?
At least.
Why?
Here's why.
They deserve something. They deserve something. And because trios championships are mainly originally a Mexican thing. I think Japan adopted it from Mexico, but I don't know. Okay, don't hold me to that.
Right.
But I think it's time.
Yeah. At the very least.
Also, last week when we talked, I said something has to change with the Acclaim. And you said, is it Billy Gunn? I said, I don't know. And what happened? Billy Gunn
left his boots.
Put his boots. And I was like, okay, good. The Acclaim, they're entertaining. They're great wrestlers. But you need to keep evolving. You need to keep evolving. Do not become stale.
They kept the. No, I was just saying. At least I was just going back to the Malachi Black thing. At least give him, instead of Jon Moxley, maybe Malachi Black should be the one feuding with Orange Cassidy for the international title. That would be better, in my humble opinion. So,
yes,
if we're after this feud, honestly, in this case, Cassidy wins, beats Moxley. And then we get Malachi Black versus Orange Cassidy.
Well, this is confusing to me because since Collision's inception, it's been feeling more and more like there's a brand split. And I believe Malachi Black told Bobby Fish on his show that he requested to be on Collision. So, if that's the case, I want to know if this is a brand split or not. And if it's a brand split, you have the tag titles there, but obviously Dynamite guys are facing off with FTR tonight. You have CM Punk with his bag that, Jay White and Ricky Starks has alluded to. You have Ricky Starks actually holding the Owen title, unlike Adam Cole.
Yeah.
So, if this is a brand split, is the Owen going to be a mid card title? I don't know. But
Yeah.
and you have the trios titles. You have the TNT title, the international title, and the world title on the main show.
I mean, it's weird because
and the women's. So like, I want some clear cut answers.
you sounded kind of like Joe from Family Guy there. I want some clear cut answers, Peter.
I like that guy.
Yeah, I like
the
him too.
guy who voices him.
Yeah,
he was
Patrick Warburton.
He was on Yeah, he was on Seinfeld. I think,
Yeah.
unless he's the other guy. I don't.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
But of course, the main event will be the AEW Tag Team Championship match, FTR versus Adam Cole and MJF. I am expecting Adam Cole and MJF to win in a fantastic match.
Yeah, I would say that too. Like I've honestly changed my tone about how I feel about Adam Cole and MJF. I was like, I just want this to end so that we can get the match. But you know what? As the kids say these days, let them cook. You know. So yeah, there you go.
Cook, King.
Cook, King. Let them cook. No, I think. Yeah, I would agree. You know, and then they get the tag titles and. Yeah, and Roderick Strong continues to drive the wedge between Cole and MJF, and finally, swerve! Cole said, "I fucked you over, bitch." And then,
Whoa.
Yeah.
Speaking of Swerve,
Swerve Strickland, yeah.
I imagine Swerve, Darby, and Luchasaurus at All In, and I really, 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 really. You know, if they're not going to put the TNT title on fucking Swerve, get him out of that feud and put him into the main title picture. This man has proved athletically and on the mic and just his drip, his swag. The guy is fucking
his
money,
theme.
bro. Let's go.
For real. And his theme is a fucking banger. It's an underrated banger, man. If you don't listen, dude, if you don't have that on repeat, I don't know what
Swerve.
Well, go,
I
don't know the lyrics, but
when I see him, every time I look up those head wraps that he wears, it's like a ski mask, but not.
Yeah.
And I want to buy them. I would look hysterical. But every time I see him, I want to buy them. But yeah, push Swerve. A lot of good things to look forward to tonight and the upcoming week in wrestling. And, of course, next week on Saturday afternoon, you'll hear us talk all about it.
That's right.
So, wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, noon, night, you have a great one. Peace and love to all of you.
Bang! Should I do the Kevin Nash thing like this then, since you're doing the...
Yeah,
I don't know.
I fuck with it.
All right. Okay. All right. Bye.